Hi there, this is yours truly Clarice, and rather than make an individual and personalized notice to friends, associates, and co-workers, I have decided to make this video so that I would maximize my strength and my energy that and I don't want to miss saying anything important to one coworker, which should have been what I mean to say to another. So I let me just make a brief kwento, a narration of I how my you know how these two stripes wait yeah how these two stripes changed everything. Of course, um, I'm hoping for a quick recovery, but just the same, it's going to um, go our favor if everybody can learn a lesson and can take precautionary measures. So Wednesday, I started feeling bad already. I knew it. I was suspicious that it was COVID because of how swift things were. With ordinary flu, um, it would be like several hours before the first symptom will develop into the worst feeling ever. And then until one hits the bed because of chilling or parang loss of strength, muscles and joint pains. Yeah, that's the ordinary flu. I kind of suspected it was COVID after we got home, and I immediately took a shower just to be sure, because if it was indeed COVID, it would be a while. I don't know what will happen. So that's what I've realized, that after lunch, when I was sort of wobbly, I have wobbly legs, parang ang hina-hina na, diba? And it was like an onset of a very bad cold, cough and cold and headache. And it was, if I'm going to make a blow by blow report of worsening symptom, it would be by the minute, by the seconds. Actually, every 30 seconds, it would seem um, my it, it was getting worse. It was worsening by the minute, by the seconds. And that was Wednesday afternoon. By around 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock, Lana, you know, I got into my bed, and I thought I was prepared for the worst. And then I have this heavy comforter. It was already here since New Year, and I never thought of even in the hottest day since then up to now, I haven't decided to get rid of it, because the change of temperature can happen sometimes. That right now I would be sweaty and enjoying warmth, but come in the afternoon, it would be a bit chilly, especially um, mm, before sunrise. It's a bit, yeah. And considering that I am not turning on the fan, but I have opened the windows so that natural um, wind, air, breeze will come in and circulate. And yeah, that's it. And then I have here I find a very helpful at this time is this for chafing of the lips, because 2 days ago I couldn't breathe in my nose, and when you breathe pala with in your mouth, the dry mouth and the dry throat, it's very painful. And when you start coughing because of the dryness of the throat, it will take a while before things calm down. So it's handy to have water by my bedside. And yeah, I don't think I'm going to use this after I recover, because actually it's down to the last centimeters. But I thank you, I got this. And then another thing is dry eye. Sometimes the heat will come from the eyes, so you have to be very patient, because there were moments when you feel oh, it was as if nothing can get you down anymore, that the worst is over. And then suddenly you're back with all the symptoms, and then you feel down again. So those are things to be expected. But it's one thing to read about them, and it's another to actually experience them. So since Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Actually, I believe I am on my fourth day, but I will observe the maximum days of being isolated, even from my family, because um, only I had tested positive. All of them gave out negative results. So that's a thing to thank God for. And even though Juanito, my grandson had fever, it turned out that even though they share a teaspoon with Jewel, that fever was not contagious, and they all turned negative, diba? So it is possible, it is very much possible not to despair if you are a COVID positive and you live with people that your family, your loved ones. So within this safe zone, I can do, I can still stretch a bit. And then we have three toilet baths in this house, and the moment that I it's confirmed that it's positive, the office of my brother had closed, and so we got the whole place to ourselves. Those who are exposed, who even though they are negative, but they are exposed, they had been exposed to a patient, a COVID positive patient. So every one of us remain in isolation, which we are observing. And good thing my brother Jerry, um, he sent his staff to buy the stuff for us. So his staff dropped our essentials outside, and then my daughter, picked them up from outside. And so yan, I think by Monday or Tuesday they have observed necessary days for isolation, and then we will have a test again. And me, I I watched a DOH expert who said something about the reduced number of quarantine and isolation, and that it's for healthcare workers. It wasn't necessary anymore to take the RT-PCR test. I don't know. I was quite busy while I was listening in, but it's subject for correction. That after observing the necessary days of quarantine, even if you're positive, um, you are free to go. So I was a bit dizzy, so that's something to look forward to now that I have plenty of time in my hands. So yun lang. And taking a sip of water and resting a lot, it will help. So when it comes to medicines that I've taken, actually after the first after having a feverish night, actually it's for me it was one night only. I had fever for I think it was Wednesday night. Thursday I didn't have to take any paracetamol anymore. But with Neosep kasi, because of my cold, paracetamol is one of the ingredients. So that pretty much tided me over safely to the other side of the scoreboard when it comes to fever, COVID fever. So yun. So now, even though I have going through this dialogue, my mouth gets dry easily. So it's handy talaga to have glass of water beside you. So no worries, and our schedule will be adjusted as days go by. Thanks much.